Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be setting up my monthly budget for the month of May. So if you like budget videos, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. What are some of your financial goals for the month of May? And let's get into it. Okay, so I always like to start off showing you guys a flip through of my month so you can see my sticker designs leading up to the most current month. April was just a hot mess express, and we are in the month of May. So these are some of the June stickers. I didn't print all of the stickers that I have available, but I just wanted to show you guys the colorway as well as the design for June. I am really in love with this kit and can't wait to get into it. It's called Summer Flowers because y'all know June is the first month of the summer, honey. So I wanted to bring it on in with bright colors. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with putting down my paydays and then my bills. And if you guys are new to my channel, or this might be your first video of mine that you're watching, a few disclaimers. So number one, this is going to be a long video. These are typically like my longest videos on the channel, but I just look at it as a way to hopefully inspire you guys to go ahead and grab your budget planners. If you have a workbook, if you use stickers, if you use your iPad for digital, just go ahead and grab whatever it is that you use to budget, and then you can budget with me. So setting up my budget before I started doing these videos, it actually takes me pretty much this amount of time, which is about an hour out of my month to set up my budget, but it's very much worth it because, you know, knowing where your money is going is how you reach financial goals. So the next disclaimer is that I am a single budgeter. So this budget is only for me, and I don't have any dependents, no kids, no pets, no nieces, nephews, godchildren that I have to support. So it's just for me. I tend to try to budget on the low end and do low budgeting using like a low income plan because I am self-employed and I do my income varies from week to week, month to month, and so because of that, I just try to keep my everyday spending pretty low. Bills, you know, you don't have too much control over what your bills cost. It is what it is. But as far as like my variable spending, I try to keep that low on a daily basis, weekly basis. So these are my bills. I always start off with my paydays. And I have a couple additional paydays from what you guys see here. But these are typically the paydays that tend to be the most consistent for me. So those are the paydays that I account for. Some additional paydays that I have will be my YouTube paychecks. I used to get paid from Instagram, but that is no longer a thing. And if you've seen my other last month, I think it was last month, April budget setup, I had a whole rant about my feelings toward Instagram. So it is what it is. So YouTube, I do get an Amazon paycheck and a Carousel paycheck. But again, these things are not always consistent. Well, YouTube is pretty consistent because I'm consistent on YouTube. Some of these other ones are not so consistent. Okay, so these are all of my bills. This is for personal and business. I'm gonna go ahead and write the amounts. So health and dental combined is $322, and I round all of my bills up to the next dollar. Netflix is $11. My cell phone is $77. My electricity. So electricity is a new bill for me because where I live, we used to have electricity included. The complex used to include electricity in our utilities bill. So we didn't have to have a separate, you know, electricity company providing electricity for us. So that was really nice. But I believe we just got new management, and that's no longer a thing. So I have to pay for my own electricity now. Well, I was always paying for it, but it's a separate bill now. So I just got that set up last month, and so for this month the bill was only $15.69, but I know it's going to be more than that in the future. My HP Inc., which is a business subscription, it went from about $28 a month to about $48. I increased the subscription that I have to give me more ink. I put car insurance and Apple on the same sticker because they are due on the same day. That's Apple Music. My Wi-Fi bill is extremely low right now. I'm very grateful for it. I'm currently on like a promotion deal that they have going on, and Canva is $13, and I do paperless billing, so I also get money deducted because of that. So I only pay $31 for Wi-Fi. My taxes, which is also a new bill, it is $65 a month. So these are the bills for the month. And anything that you guys see in the video that you like, all the stickers are from my shops, and this just really makes budgeting much more enjoyable, at least for me, and I know many of you as well. This is not a new way to budget. I came on YouTube a couple years ago and found out about this, so I was like, oh yeah, I need to try that. I think before I started budgeting with stickers, I used a workbook, which was also a good method for me. And I think I was pretty consistent with it for the most part, but then I came across this method from different people like Sarah Marie and Ramina Rosa, and I think at one point Shay Budgets was budgeting this way, and I just fell in love with it, and I've been stuck ever since. Okay, so Netflix is the 6th, electricity was the 7th. No, Netflix, yes, cell phone is also on the 7th. Okay, I didn't know that. So in the future, I'm gonna put electricity and cell phone on the same sticker because they're due on the same day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on the 8th. I didn't realize that because when I was doing my mock budget, I totally forgot that I had electricity to pay this month, like a separate bill, because I don't normally have to pay that. My shop app is on the 15th, and this is a business expense. HP Inc. is on the 17th. So, the third disclaimer that I have for you guys is that I don't disclose my income or business revenue or tithes amount. But you guys will see every other bill and expense that I have outside of those. Car insurance and Apple are on the 18th. Wi-Fi is on the 20th. And then, next is taxes. Taxes is on the 21st. So having these new bills kind of threw me off when I was setting up the mock spread. And then Canva Pro is on the 27th over here. Yes. All right, so we are done with the bills. Okay, so next I'm gonna move on to my church stickers. I do not go to church every Sunday. I used to for like the majority of my life. And your girl got a little older, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go every other Sunday. And I like to use every other Sunday as like a rest day, you know. But there will be a time where I start going back every Sunday. So I'm kind of just taking advantage of it right now. But I know that the time is coming where I will be going back every Sunday, which I am not mad about, but I'm just, you know, enjoying my me time right now and taking advantage of the little breaks. So again, I would not be going every Sunday, but I just sometimes try to schedule out the Sundays that I want to go, and it ends up not working out, and I'm like, dang it, I already put a sticker there. And these are matte removable, so you can like easily peel them up. But I was like, you know what, let's just put it every Sunday, and the Sundays that we go, great. Next, I'm gonna get my birthday stickers, and my mommy's birthday is this month, and her birthday is on the last day of this month, May. I'm gonna say March. May 31st is mom's birthday. I'm going to go ahead and grab my grocery stickers because this is something that I have to be extremely intentional about, because when I do not grocery shop, when I tell y'all, that eating out budget kicks my behind. So it's not always the most like fun thing to do, but you know you got to do it because it helps the budget. So I just figured maybe if I make some cute stickers, I'll feel more inclined to do it. And just kind of seeing the visual reminder, like, all right, make sure you grocery shop. I'm like, okay. So yeah. So these are the stickers that I like to use for some other tasks that I have to do throughout the month. And next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and notate Mother's Day. Mother's Day is on the 14th. And so far, y'all, these are the only things that I have going on this month. Is just my mom's birthday and Mother's Day. And I truly hope that this is, oh yeah, I can put that right there. I truly hope that this is all that I have going on this month. Because last month, y'all, look at this. When I tell you last month whooped my butt, we can't even get into it. Okay, so I believe that's it for the month. This is what I do when I set my budget up. Paydays, bills, important reminders, events, birthdays. Now we'll move to the budget. Okay, y'all, so before we jump into May's budget, I'm gonna go ahead and close out my saving challenge for the month of April, because y'all know I did not do a video last Friday because I was doing my sale orders. So today's Monday, y'all are gonna see this Tuesday, so all sale orders are gone. Y'all should see it moving in transit. Yeah. So nonetheless, I went ahead and had some rollover money from last week and filled in the 8, the 7, and the 4, which equaled up to $19. So I just took that out of my wallet, and I'm gonna go ahead and add that into here, and I won't count it, but I'm just gonna add it in. And I'm gonna go ahead and move April to the, let me see, where am I moving April? I'm gonna move April to the back. And they are cutting grass, y'all, so I'm so sorry if y'all can hear them. I'm like trying to film in between when they're like super close by. And yeah, so this is the challenge for May. It is $125 that we'll be saving this month. And I don't usually correlate my like stickers with my saving challenge, so y'all see how it's like green, and that was not on purpose. I make my saving challenges before the end of the year, and my stickers I kind of go on a month to month basis, because it just kind of depends on like what is available as far as artwork and designs, so, and what I think is like, you know, fitting for the season. So just letting y'all know that those two don't usually completely coordinate. So for my sources of income, I have my business, and sometimes I have like miscellaneous. That rarely ever happens, but if it does, I have a place to notate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my variable expenses for the month. So for my variable expenses, I have a spending category, which I'm gonna budget $50 for this month. And this is just me spending on like whatever I want. So gas, and we do have technically it's like 4.5, but it's almost a full 5 weeks in this month. So just giving y'all a reminder when you set up your May budget to remember that we have a 5th week in the month. For groceries, I'm going to do $3.50. Again, just for me. I know some people, y'all hear that? When you live next to a main street. Yeah, I know some people like, oh no, I spend like $700 a month on groceries. And I'm like, Jesus. Like, well, I think if I was spending $700 a month for groceries just for me, that would be pretty outrageous. Eating out is going to get $150. Beauty is going to get $60. I usually do $50, but we'll do $60 this month. And y'all need to get my hair done. Just found out my hairdresser's pregnant, and she's like halfway through her pregnancy. I'm like, girl, so what does that mean for my hair? No, I'm super excited for her, and I probably need to go ahead and try to get my hair done. It won't be this month because I didn't know she was pregnant, and I didn't budget for it to get my hair done this month. But I need to go ahead and take care of that before she goes on maternity leave, because I was supposed to go see her a couple months ago and it just did not happen. I'm currently contemplating cutting my hair. My hair is really long. It's like down to my waist. And I don't know, y'all. I'm just like, I think I want to cut it and then grow it back. I don't know. I think I'm just getting, you get kind of bored with your hair. That's where I am. I'm a little bored. So I think I want to do something different, but then I'm going to be like so mad. I'm just going to flip the planner around. I'm going to be so mad if like I end up missing my hair, So I had always said that I would keep it long until I was like in my 40s or 50s. And then after that I would cut it, because probably 50s. I probably still keep it long in my 40s. But 50s is like, okay, go ahead and embrace that middle age. Go ahead and embrace it. So for fixed expenses, we have rent and utilities. I'll do like that. I have my tithes and offering, which is not really a fixed expense, but because it comes from like the income, I don't know. I'm not sure why I put it in this category, because it's really not a fixed expense. It's a different amount all the time. But I just like to put it on this side for whatever reason. So health insurance, which is also my health and dental. Then I have Netflix. And then cell phone. Car insurance and Apple. And my Wi-Fi, which I used to call it or label it internet, but then I just kind of felt like, I don't know, that's a little ridiculous. It's literally just Wi-Fi. So now I just say Wi-Fi. $106 and $31. So these two pretty much, I hope I'm not missing something, because I feel like one of these columns are longer than the other. So I really hope I'm not missing anything or overlooking it. But again, like I said, the good thing is the stickers are removable. You can pick them up and replace them down if you need to. But my problem is I have these, I usually do a column for additional expenses. And you can do this column for like unbudgeted, like stuff that comes up throughout the month that you weren't planning on spending like money on. You can put it here. I use it for additional expenses because I feel like my everyday variable expending, that's going to be on one side. My bills and stuff will be on another side. And then some of these other events that are coming up throughout the month, I'm just going to notate them down here. So for Mother's Day, I'm going to allocate $40. For my mom's birthday, I'm going to allocate $50, which my dad's birthday was last month, and that's what I did for him. I think I spent like $47. My COVID shot, which I still have not paid for. So kind of the saga on this is I had really trash insurance last year. And y'all know COVID shots are supposed to be free. But my trash insurance, I still had to pay $12. I think it was like 50 something dollars. They paid most of it and then I had to pay 12. So the saving challenge for this month is $125. And then for my sinking funds, I'm going to budget $200. So you see, none of these things are a variable expense. Because I'm just going to pay for these things once this month and that's it. And they're also not bills. So that's why I put them down here. And then I have another area where I can notate. I should have put this down first so I could line it up. But I have another area where I can notate on any other unbudgeted expenses not included in the monthly budget. So this is the spread for my May budget. All right, so we can go ahead and tally this up. So I have 40, 50, 12, 125, 200, which is 427. Something else that I have yet to get that I definitely need are more contacts. Because right now I've just been not wearing anything. I still wear my glasses sometimes, but yeah. So this is the monthly dashboard page, and I usually fill this in off camera. Okay, so those same weekly categories that I put on the monthly budget page is what goes on the weekly check-in page, because this is how I track my variable expenses to make sure that I'm on track. And if I'm having some months or some weeks that are, not going so well, I'll know what I have for the next week. I can kind of work on tightening up with my spending, etc. So again, I didn't do a cash stuffing this week, but I did budget for these categories nonetheless. And I am tracking these categories on my phone. So I am using my debit card this week. Y'all know I am a cash spender. I don't use debit cards really except for bills. But this week I had to because again, I just didn't have the time to pull out the cash with like trying to get through the sales and things like that. So let's see, for spending, we have 15. Gas, I did my usual 45. Groceries, I did my 70. I don't need anything for home this week, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. And I also didn't budget anything for medicine this week, and I forgot to put that on there, so I'm gonna have to put that on the following weeks. So I'll do home and eating out and beauty and meds. So I don't think I need any meds. I don't think I will need any for quite some time. My allergies have been doing pretty well so far this month. Usually March and April, this year, I'm sorry. Usually March and April are my worst months, and they have not been that bad. So after March and April, I don't typically have too many seasonal allergy problems. So I shouldn't need any allergy medicine. And then I just did a re-up of like Advil. So wait, did I miss something? Spending gas, I missed groceries. Lord. Okay, spending, gas, groceries, eating out. I think I'm missing meds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we all over the place over here. So this is how I set up my weeks. I did forget to get the weeks. I usually put the dates on the side over here so that I'm aware of when my budget is ending and beginning for the following week. So I am going to do that as well. Gas, and let's put groceries down here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this remaining strip down and do home. Actually, I need to push this over. Come back to that. Eating out, beauty, and meds. Okay, and then we'll go again. What was it? Spending, gas, groceries, home, eating out, beauty, and meds. And I used to do this like week by week, but then I realized just kind of doing it when I do my whole budget setup was a lot better for me. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the dates and come back and put them on the spread. Okay, y'all, so this is the weekly check-in spread. It's on 2 pages. I have extra room down here to do any like additional calculations throughout the month that I want to do, which more than likely is going to happen because I am using my card this week. So my first week for May actually goes from April 28th to May 4th. My week 2 is gonna go from May 5th to May 11th. My week 3 is gonna go from May 12th to May 18th. My week 4 is going to be May 19th to May 25th. And having the dates helps me so much not to get confused, because yeah, sometimes like days from the previous month or even days for the next month have to be included, and that can get confusing. So I just like to do this so I don't have to be confused. So that's the weekly check-in. Okay, y'all, so next is my sinking funds page. I like to set this up just to track how I'm doing in these categories, or in these funds rather. And I've kind of mentioned this in my last several videos that you guys may or may not know that I used to live with my siblings. I lived with my siblings for about 2 years. And during that time, you know, of course, bills were much lower than they are now. And so my sinking funds were really a priority for me. And they definitely came in handy when it was time for me to move, because I moved unexpectedly. And, well, I got approved, rather. I knew I would be moving, but I didn't really know what I was going to do or where I was going to go. I was like completely surprised when I got approved to get my own place. Like, God just blew my mind with that. So I moved unexpectedly, and I emptied out my sinking funds to help with all of the moving expenses, because it's very expensive. You know. But yeah, so when I lived with my siblings, my sinking funds were a huge priority. And now that I live on my own, they are just not. I still love sinking funds very much. Like, they're still very near and dear to my heart. And like I said in a previous video, like outside of the placeholders in my sinking funds, there's probably like $1,000 or more in these sinking funds. So talk about great backup money, you know. But they're just not a huge priority for me. I mean, some of them are still, you know, like car maintenance, my car tags, that's getting ready to, I'm gonna have to get my car re-registered this month, between this month and next. So some of them are still really important, but overall as a whole, my sinking funds are just not the top priority for me right now. Right now, what I'm working on is being a month ahead on bills, which is something I've never done before. This was my first month doing that, and it felt really, really good. Like, it felt really good to be able to pay my rent, my electricity, just to kind of be able to pay all those things from a separate bill account, not like my checking account, not a savings account. It just felt really good. So that's my priority right now, is being a month ahead on bills. So the sinking funds are kind of, you know, they're just not the priority. 17. But I don't want to just completely neglect them, because it is good money to have on the side. I refuse to completely neglect them, but I went from stuffing maybe like $100 and something, or even a couple hundred in my sinking funds every week when I get paid, to only stuffing about $50. And then this week I didn't do a cash stuffing at all, and my sinking funds didn't get anything this week. So now I'm just starting to put more money towards my bill pay account for the next month's bills and my savings account. I am also being very diligent with my saving challenges, because that money is going toward my personal retirement account, which I have not established yet, but I have been talking with my bank about it and just seeing what my options are, seeing what account is recommended for my circumstances. So yeah. Oh, I did go ahead and, so I had, where's $1,000 at? Oh, I did go ahead and I had $90. I usually wait till I get to every 100, but I went ahead and deposited the $90 because they actually charged me a service charge the other day out of my emergency fund account. And I don't know why, but I'm like, whatever. I don't even feel like dealing with it. So I just went ahead and deducted that $90 and put it back in my emergency fund. Also, my gift sinking fund is something that's really important as well. But as y'all see, I've just been like budgeting for it on a monthly basis. Like, I think it's a good fund to have for like emergency gifts, like stuff you forgot about, like, oh snap, that's this month, or that person's birthday is this month, or whatever. It's like a good backup. But for my gifts, I just have been budgeting it for my paychecks to pay for gifts. So and my last fund is car tires, and I have $81. So my car tires are about $100 a piece, and I know people pay like a lot more for car tires. I could never. That's just me. I drive a Toyota Camry. But yeah, I could never, you know, some people pay like, you know, $1,000 for tires, and I'm just like, absolutely not. So my car tires are about $400 total, $400 and some change. And what I do is I just make sure that I get them rotated and balanced like religiously, and they last a very long time. Like the last group of tires that I had on my car that I paid $400 for, a little over $400, they lasted me probably about 4 or 5 years. So I'm just like, to me, there is no way I'm paying $1,000 for some tires when I can get to the same location and do the same amount of driving for tires that are, you know, way less than that. So y'all watch me, make sure I'm not missing anything, and if so, y'all let me know. So we have 3, 5, 8, 7. So 3, 5, 8, 7. Okay, y'all, so for this next page, which actually my business budget comes before this, but I'm going to set that up last with y'all. So this is the last steps, or a couple steps, of my personal budget. So I have my debt tracker set up and then my transaction log. So my debt tracker is only for my taxes. So you guys know that I owe taxes. I paid my first tax bill last month, so I have a remaining balance of $761. My payment is $65, and then I it's not interest that I have, but I do get paid. I do get charged like $2 and some change for using my debit card. So again, it's not interest, but it is, you know, an extra fee that comes along with paying with a card. But again, it doesn't go toward my balance. So I'm going to do 761 minus 65 equals 696. So that's going to be my ending balance for this month. I have until next April to pay this off, but I am definitely hoping to be done with it before then. We'll see. Now that I'm like doing a month ahead, and I'm not doing all of my bills, guys. I'm only doing my heaviest bills. So my heaviest bills are my rent and utilities, which are together, and my health and dental insurance. My electricity bill, my advisor kind of ran through the numbers with me, and she was like, at the highest, you might pay like $150 something a month, like at the highest. So, you know, but my health and dental insurance, y'all know, is like a car note, $320 something, which I do plan on changing that at the end of this year. And then my rent is like your typical rent. So rent and utilities and health and dental insurance are the only bills that I'm focused on, because all of my other bills outside of that individually are less than $100. And those are very easy to pay throughout the month. It's that rent and that health insurance that I'd be like, okay. So yeah, I'm hoping to pay this off early, but we'll just have to see how it goes. My transaction log, I usually can assign it to something every month. So January, I assigned it to moving expenses. February, I assigned it to my Valentine's party. March, I assigned it to my Vegas trip. And then April, I assigned it to, like, I had a bunch of birthdays and birthday parties and events. So I assigned it to that. I don't necessarily have an assignment for it this month. So the only thing I'm thinking about using it for is any unbudgeted expenses that come up outside of what's on my monthly budget sheet. And then the last thing is my savings tracker. Make sure y'all can see that. And then here I'm just going to note if I'm able to save any cash at the end of every week. I used to do this before I started my saving challenges, and now I take rollover money and put it toward my saving challenges. So I may not be able to use this as much. And so, you know, if I get to use it, great. If not, then it'll just be there. So let's move on to the business budget. All right, y'all. So we will start with the revenue sources, which my business budget gets set up very similar to the monthly budget. So the revenue sources are my shops, videos, which will be like video views, like YouTube videos, and affiliate marketing. And miscellaneous, which would consist of, I don't know, any brand deals or something like that. Okay, next we have the variable expenses. Again, this is only for business, very similar to, like I said, the personal budget. So my variable expenses include Amazon, Target, Office Depot, designs / artwork, shipping labels, and if I get any Etsy bills. So I kind of find myself not really having a budgeted amount for some of these items, but I don't know. I guess because I kind of know how much I spend, so it's like, yeah. And then we move over to the other side and do the same thing over here for fixed expenses, which is a very small amount of fixed expenses that I have in the business, not many at all. I have HP ink, which, like I said, I just went up on that amount. I'm going to budget or estimate $50 for it. It's really more of an estimate than anything. $13 for Canva Pro. And then my shop app is $20. So then I'll take the bottom. And let's see, 50, 70, 83 is the total for that. Next, I put down the expected profit, taxes, and income strips. So, and it's pretty much like in that order. So you take what you make or what comes in, you subtract all of your expenses, and that's your profit. And then from your profit, you calculate taxes. I would highly advise you to speak with someone to ask them what percentage you should save for taxes. My tax guy, I know like the kind of like the standard I know like the standard percentage that people save is 30%. I am never saving that much money for taxes because I'm not paying that. And I remember I was really struggling with that. I was like, how the heck, like maybe wealthy businesses are able to like survive with taking that much money, putting that much money aside. But I'm like, how does the government expect us to survive if they're taking 30% of our income? And so I just kind of ran it by my tax dude, and he was like, no. I was like, thank you, sir. He was like, you do not need to put that much money aside. I have nothing against anybody. Like, listen, if you can do it comfortably, I would recommend it. If you can't do it comfortably, I would talk to a tax person, a tax consultant, a tax preparer, you know, somebody who knows what they're doing, and ask them based on where you live, your state, your city, whatever, how much money you should put aside for taxes. And that's what I had to do. I cannot afford 30%. That's just way too much for me. So I had to consult. First I Googled. I was like, what do I need to save? And I kind of went off of that. And then when I went to my tax guy, he actually told me that I didn't need to even save that much. He was like, no, you can save less than that. And sure enough, that's exactly how it worked. So if you can afford, if you can afford 30%, I would go for it, you know, because that's a great payday for you if you end up not having to give the IRS that much money. But if, like me, you cannot afford 30%, talk to somebody and get an accurate percentage of what you should put aside for taxes. So that's what I did. So your girl, I do not save 30% for taxes. Never did, never will. So now what I will do to kind of offset, to still lend myself to having like saving more money than I need to pay, is when I calculate my taxes, I do not include all of my business expenses. So as a small business owner, like, I run my business out of where I live, and my rent is considered a business expense. When I do my taxes myself, I do not include my rent. I don't include rent. I don't include Wi-Fi. I don't include my cell phone. I don't include gas from my car, but all of those things are write-offs. I don't include it. I just keep note of how much I'm spending on those things, and at the end of the year, I let my tax preparer include that. I only include like this stuff right here out of business expenses. So that's another way to not have to put so much of your money aside for taxes, but then also, you know, like I said, I don't include everything. I don't deduct everything that I could be deducting. So that way I will still end up saving more money than I actually owe at the end of the year. And again, he and I talked about that too. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to let you, you know, deduct my rent, Wi-Fi, gas, all that good stuff. I'm gonna let you deduct all that. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm only gonna deduct these expenses, put my little percentage aside for it. When I roll around to getting to you at the beginning of every year, I'm going to give you these expenses, as well as this is how much I pay a month for rent, gas, and internet, and let you include that in my taxes. So therefore, I will still end up saving more money than I needed to for taxes. So that's how I did that. But this is the business budget. I love it. It's all on one page. Additional expenses typically include me paying my mom. Last month I had to pay my P.O. box, and it wasn't in these categories, so it went down here. Anything else, vendors, anything else that comes up, it goes here. And I give myself 2 pages for business, so front and back. So I do a lot of calculations back here, and then I finalize on this one page. And there's that. And I guess technically I could put this like at the very end, but I just like to have a couple extra note pages, just for notes, calculations, all that good stuff. I will go ahead and check off that my rent is paid, as well as my electricity bill. Those bills are paid. So thank you guys so much if you made it to the end of the video. I know it was long, but I hope that you were able to do something productive while watching me budget. If that was your own budget or cleaning or something, I hope that you were able to do something productive during this time. And thank you guys for budgeting with me or watching me set up my budget. I hope that it inspires you and helps you stay accountable. That's my goal. Again, don't forget to let me know what your May financial goals are for this month. For me, is just to sit my behind down. I was going to go on a trip this month, but my friend and I, we decided to cancel it because April was very strenuous for both of us. So we are going to just rest this month. I may have a trip for you guys in June. Don't forget, these are the June stickers if you're interested in them. And I will see you guys in my cash stuffing this coming up Friday. Bye.